Hi, friends. It's Trinity with Good Grief Mental Health Coaching, and I have a special treat today. I'm here with Haylee Toland, and she is my first interviewer or interviewee for my Know Your Neighbor series. So I'd like to say also that today I got the news that I have 8 subscribers, and so thank you. That's very nice.
Fantastic. Now I know that this channel exists. You will get another one. So.
All right, 9. Yay. All right. So Haylee, will you tell me a little bit about yourself?
All right. So my name is Haylee Toland. I am the Sexual Assault Victim Advocate Coordinator for Friends Against Family Violence. Yeah, that's a big mouthful. And I am also a teacher or instructor for the A Window Between Worlds art program and the Within My Reach Healthy Communications and Relationship classes.
Okay. So can you tell me about your AWBW classes that you do?
So our AWBW classes they are healing art classes. And actually, it's been really great with the grant we've been able to use for this, where anyone who has ever experienced trauma in their life can come and take our art classes for free.
So is that everybody pretty much?
That's everybody.
Okay,
yes.
Awesome.
Everyone who has ever lived can qualify for our classes. We can teach them to adults, teens, kids, or families. And also, if you go onto our site, you can request custom classes for whatever you need.
Okay, what is your site address?
So it is fafe.org/art.
Okay. And that's Friends Against Family Violence. So
yep.
FAFE. Okay. And then you do your classes in 3 different locations?
Correct. On the first Monday of the month, I am in Vernal. It's second Tuesday, we're here in Roosevelt. And on the third Wednesday, we're in Duchesne. And if you look it up on the website I just gave you, then you can see all of the classes and when they're coming up. We also are offering them now in Spanish with our wonderful volunteer, Haylee Tapia. She teaches them in Vernal and Roosevelt.
Okay, cool. How did you get to be in the position that you're in?
Random chance, actually. So originally, I am a high school teacher, and they had this opening here at Friends Against Family Violence, and I actually thought that victim advocacy or advocacy in itself was one thing that I loved about being a teacher, was helping students be able to find their voice and who they are. And I had been through a few things in life and wanted to be there for other people. And so originally I started as the Duchesne County Domestic Violence Victim Advocate for Friends Against Family Violence. And now I'm the coordinator for our sexual assault services.
And I feel like they just are so grateful to have you because you're amazing. And
some days you'll have to ask my boss about that. Some days I'm sure he's like, why? But I've really enjoyed it. And I've been able to learn more about one of my big focuses is on trauma and how to help people who have been through trauma. And I actually do presentations and teach about that as well, too.
Okay. So, where do you do your presentations?
Usually those are when people request them, but just a couple weeks ago, I presented at the UOVC, that's the Utah Victims of Crime Council. Okay. They had their conference that was over in Midway. I presented there with the help of my friend Lindsay Carlick. We put together a presentation that we had actually done for our conference that we have every October. And we presented there. And then I will be presenting for the CJC over in Utah County and some of their community partners on trauma, burnout, resiliency, and that sort of thing.
Awesome. So. Well, cool. Yeah, it sounds like you're busy and you're an important asset to the mental health community here. Can you give us an example of some of the things that you do in the art classes?
So in the art classes, actually, right there is the canvas.
Can we bring it over here?
You might be able to take it off the wall.
Right.
I was gonna say
I can.
We can turn it.
Okay.
So this one is a canvas that we actually did in the class where you talk about your growth and kind of your past to present and your future. And it's a combination of acrylic paint and magazines, actually.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, I like that.
that's an example of some things that we did. Tonight we just had a class too, and we did a little bit of gardening and art put together where we made gardens that were based on journeys that we would like to complete in life. We also do stuff about boundaries, pretty much any topic. If you need it, we've got it.
Cool.
Whether it's supporting families, supporting the individual, trying to build community, we've got loads of different things. We've actually got over like 4,000 different lessons that we can do.
That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
lot of lessons. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The garden that I made tonight too, I feel like just talking about it and like the way that you presented it about talking about an end goal and the steps that we need to take to be there, like put it in perspective for me.
Mhm.
So it felt like I was really like making a plan. So
I'm glad. I'm glad. And that's, and with the gardens and stuff that we talk about, it can be big goals, it can be small goals. And the other thing that's kind of empowering about the class is one, you can come and you can do the activity, or you can do some other art project. That's fine. Or you can just come and be with other awesome people who just want to spend some time together. And you can share about your situation or about, what's going on. It's confidential and it's optional. If you want to share with everybody and talk about what you've gone through or what you're going through, you're welcome to do so. And if not, that's perfectly fine too.
Okay, I like that. It's optional.
Yeah.
So, like, why would you not want to come? Everybody should come.
It's a blast, and we have a lot of amazing people that come, and it's not like sometimes when you think about an art class, you think about, oh, well, you have to do this and it has to be perfect and all of that stuff. And that's not what these classes are about. It's about expressing yourself, having fun, maybe learning. Sometimes you learn about the art or you learn about yourself or sometimes just about other people. And yeah, it's just being.
Yeah, that's great. That sounds awesome.
I think my favorite, I had one person and they said their feedback was, since kindergarten, I have never just done art to do art. Wow. And it was so nice. And I'm like, that's one of the biggest compliments you could ever give me. I'm so glad that,
Yeah, that's really inspirational.
Yeah.
I feel like you're one of those people that we might like be able to interview over and over again because you're just you're just so fun to be around, and like just the things that you bring to the community is just really amazing. So do you remember my last question was what advice would you give to somebody if you could give them one word of advice?
One word
or one sentence.
One sentence, like one word of advice. That's a tall order. So a piece of advice that I would give someone. Oh, I guess in what factor of life, like what aspect?
To nurture their mental health.
Nurture their mental health. Okay, I should have gathered that by the whole
word.
Yeah. To nurture your mental health. It's okay to be.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay to be, because so much in life we feel like we have to be happy, we have to be sad, we have to feel these things, or we shouldn't feel all the things that we feel. And sometimes it's okay to just be. It's okay to exist. It's okay to be who you are and to take up the space that you do and to fill the things that you do or not fill the things. And I think that's really important, because each and every one of us is an amazing individual that has so much to give and so much to offer to ourselves and to other people that, just be.
I love that. We should make t-shirts that say that.
Yes, just be.
Just be. That's amazing advice. I love that. And then, okay, also, is there one thing that you would feel like that advice that you give somebody on like thinking patterns or things to avoid?
Things to avoid.
If they're focused on finding mental health, good mental health.
Avoid overthinking.
Okay.
Cool. Because sometimes we're like, well, I should be here or I should be there. I think when we're working on our own mental health or trying to help other people too, because sometimes we get caught up in that mess too, where we're trying to help someone and like you end up kind of getting stuck in their headspace. It's try not to overthink things too much.
Okay.
Because if you're able to just kind of drill down or even just let a few things go and spend some time, just going back to the other, just being, to actually residing in who you are and not in all of the thoughts and all of the extra, you're able to come to more peace and more understanding.
So I love that. Just be and don't overthink.
Yeah. So kind of related. I'm in a pretty simple philosophy phase in my life. Ask me tomorrow, might be a little bit different. But.
Well, it was really, really great to talk to you today, and I really enjoyed coming to your class. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I would actually just say, I know we're in like a small community, but we have so many amazing people and so many amazing resources that we have here that, and we're bringing in more. And if you can't find a resource, if you're looking for something, please reach out. I know that that's part of the thing that we do at here, Friends Against Family Violence, is we have a lot of resources. And so if you are looking for something, even if it's not, related to DV or sexual assault, we have a lot of resources. And we have a lot of people here in the basin that are willing to help, or we have connections to people in other communities too. So it seems like it's very isolated and that we're so confined, but really we're not. We're in a really blessed state where there's so much available to us. It's just they don't know how to reach out and let people know about it. So.
Well, that's good to know, and I guess that's good because that's why we're doing this Get to Know Your Neighbor.
Exactly.
So our very first neighbor is Haylee Toland, and I'm so glad she's here. Reach out on Friends Against Family Violence at the website there, or you can leave comments in our down below in our message board. And if you have questions or comments, please leave them for us. And thank you for being with me today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here.
So I just have one more thing to say. I don't know if it's because I'm a product of the 90s, but like this just reminds me of Wayne's World. Like Wayne's World, Wayne's World.
Oh, there you go. I see it. I was thinking with like, be my neighbor. I'm like, won't you be my neighbor? I was thinking Mr. Rogers. That's where my mind went. So yes, we can be a blend. Wayne's World and Mr. Rogers. Yeah. Boom. Best thing ever.
I love that. Well, thank you, and thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you again next time on Get to Know Your Neighbor.